let's begin where this started getting weird. We were about 2 minutes from opening the phones on commuter traffic when our producer flagged a local corrections notice, Rikers Island. Initial word was multiple inmates found unresponsive in separate housing units just before morning count.
And at first that sounded like one of those stories that gets exaggerated before sunrise. Somebody hears 3 inmates hospitalized and suddenly it's mass casualty event.
Right, which, look, happens. Early morning reporting gets messy. Somebody panics, scanner lights up, and by 6:15, everybody's cousin knows a guy who heard from a cop.
Except then a second report came in, then a third. Not just New York. We started seeing references to Sing Sing, then a county lockup in Pennsylvania, then an affiliate in Ohio saying several inmates had reportedly died before dawn.
I remember saying maybe prison food finally caught up with people all at once.
Yeah, and I laughed, and now I kind of wish I hadn't.
Same. Because within 15 minutes of that, our text line started flooding. Not with prison stories, civilian stories, regular people, all saying roughly the same thing. Someone near me collapsed. Someone at the gym dropped dead. Somebody's neighbor fell in the driveway. Somebody in a parking lot grabbed his chest and went down.
And not old people, not all of them anyway. Not all sick people. Not people we naturally group into some morning wave of medical emergencies. Just scattered, random, sudden deaths.
We're going to take our first caller. And again, if you're hearing this and thinking, hold on, don't spread rumors, we agree. That's why we're doing this live and carefully. Ma'am, you're on Red Zone. Tell me where you are.
I'm on Amsterdam, up near a 7-Eleven. I'm still outside. There are police here now. I don't even know if I should be talking about this.
You can talk to me. Start from the beginning.
I came in for coffee. That's it. Just coffee and cigarettes. There was this guy in there, maybe mid-30s, hoodie, gun in his hand. He was yelling at the cashier, screaming for the register. Everybody froze. I mean, everybody. And then he just stopped.
Stopped how?
He kind of looked around like he forgot where he was. Then he put his hand here, over his chest. Then he dropped. Just dropped. Gun fell right out of his hand. Hit the floor. Nobody touched him. Nobody shot him. He just fell.
And paramedics?
They got there fast. One of them checked him for maybe 10 seconds. I heard him say he was gone already. I heard him say cardiac arrest.
Did anyone there know who he was?
The cashier kept saying he recognized him, said the guy had robbed a deli 2 blocks down last month. I don't know if that matters. I don't know. It was like his body shut off.
All right. Stay out of the way of officers. Take a breath, and thank you for calling us.
This is the 3rd ambulance on the street in 20 minutes.
Understood.
That's the 3rd call like that, Michael.
Or the 3rd call like that got through to us. Big city, lots of noise, lots of panic. One dramatic event makes people reinterpret everything they've seen all morning.
Maybe, but the prison stuff, the civilian calls, the hospital texts, it's stacking up.
Could still be environmental. Bad batch in the food chain, air contamination, chemical exposure, carbon monoxide issue in multiple buildings, something industrial, something stupid and preventable like always.
Nationwide?
I'm saying we don't know yet.
We just got a message from a listener in Newark. My neighbor collapsed taking out the trash. Healthy guy, 40-ish, no history. EMS said they're getting slammed. Another from Dallas. Guy at my gym dropped after finishing a set. Trainer said he wasn't breathing. Another from Tacoma. Woke up to sirens. 2 buildings on the block. Same thing.
That's exactly when you slow down. Text lines during breaking confusion become rumor factories.
Michael, I've also got time-stamped affiliate notes. Los Angeles, Phoenix, Cleveland, Baltimore, Nashville. Similar reports. Same narrow window.
What narrow window?
Most of these seem to begin around 6 in the morning local time.
That's when people wake up. That's when families find bodies. That's when the world notices things.
No, listen, not 6 Eastern, 6 local. East Coast reports start just after 6 Eastern. West Coast reports are saying just after 6 Pacific. That's not one event sweeping across the map. That's separate clusters all happening at roughly the same hour in each time zone.
That doesn't make any sense.
I know.
We've got a hospital bulletin coming in through an affiliate producer. This is not an official government release, but it's from a major metropolitan emergency network and reads, quote, "Area hospitals reporting unusual increase in dead-on-arrival cardiac arrests beginning before dawn. Cause unknown. No confirmed infectious agent at this time." That's all we've got.
Dead on arrival. Not patients crashing in the ER. Already gone when they get there.
which tells you this is fast, whatever this is.
We've got another caller. Female, Queens.
Ma'am, you're on the air.
Hi, I don't want my name used. My husband drives overnight delivery. He came home about 20 minutes ago and told me one of the guys at the distribution center just dropped dead beside the loading bay. Said the police there were asking if anybody knew whether the guy had a record.
They asked if he had a record.
That's what my husband said. He thought it was weird. Why would that be the first question?
Did your husband know anything about the man?
He said people there knew him. Said he'd done time. I don't know for what.
All right. Thank you. Stay with your family this morning, and if you hear anything direct from the facility, call us back.
Do you think this is contagious?
We do not have evidence of that.
Okay.
That's another criminal angle.
Or another coincidence, or another listener hearing half a sentence from a panicked scene and filling in the rest.
Maybe.
Listen to me. America wakes up to strange medical reports, and the internet immediately turns it into patterns, motives, punishment, prophecy, all of it. We are not doing that yet. Yet, because facts matter. Right now we have unexplained cardiac deaths, multiple locations, and overworked hospitals. That is bad enough without inventing a mastermind.
We've got a county emergency office in Illinois telling residents not to overwhelm 911 with rumors. We've got a Phoenix hospital asking non-critical patients to delay arrival if possible due to capacity strain. We've got 2 private messages from corrections officers saying whole cell blocks are in lockdown after clusters of sudden deaths.
Read the local one.
Northwestern Regional Corrections Facility reports ongoing internal medical emergency affecting high-risk inmates. Families asked not to report to site. That's all.
High-risk inmates.
Not elderly, not medically fragile. High risk.
Violent offenders, maybe. Segregation units, maximum security. If something got into a food line, if it hit one building, if it hit several. No, that still doesn't explain street collapses.
Or why so many witnesses keep mentioning suspects, offenders, guys known to police.
We're half an hour into this and already building a murder map out of convenience store robbers and prison housing units. That's what fear does. It links things.
Maybe fear's seeing something first.
Time now is 6:41. We're going to keep taking reports. If you're calling in, tell us what you saw directly. No cousin of a cousin stuff, no screenshots, no internet lore, just what you personally saw.
There's one more hospital line here. Increase in unexplained cardiac fatalities exceeds usual variance. That's code language for something not being normal.
Yes, it is.
I keep coming back to the timing.
Yeah.
The first prison reports, the street collapses, the gym, the loading dock, the convenience store, all in that same morning window. It feels coordinated, except there's no way to coordinate heart attacks across the country.
Unless it's chemical exposure on a supply chain, medication contamination, something distributed nationally, an energy drink, a supplement, a synthetic drug batch, tainted food in institutional kitchens. There are ways big systems fail.
But why would so many of the early victims be people with records?
Because those are the stories people remember.
Maybe.
We're at the top of 7. To recap, unexplained heart attack reports from multiple prisons, hospitals reporting surges in DOA cardiac arrests, and civilians across several states describing sudden collapses, some involving suspects or known offenders. There is still no official federal statement, no declared public health emergency, and no confirmed cause.
But this is no longer sounding like a strange local morning.
No, it's not.
And I think we're only seeing the beginning.
Good morning, if you're just joining us. It is now just after 7 on the East Coast. This is Red Zone Radio. In the last hour, what sounded like isolated medical incidents started hardening into something bigger. We still do not have answers, but the volume is increasing and the geography is widening.
News feeds are exploding now. Los Angeles, Chicago, Houston, Miami, Detroit, Philadelphia, St. Louis, Denver. The same phrases keep appearing: sudden collapse, cardiac arrest, dead at scene, no prior warning.
We've also got police traffic summaries from several cities referencing suspects in custody going into cardiac arrest. That language is showing up over and over.
And there's another thing. Online, the public has started naming this. A hashtag is trending across multiple platforms. Hashtag mass heart attack.
Which is exactly the kind of phrase that makes a messy situation worse. Something gets a label, people stop thinking, and panic does the rest.
But labels spread because people are seeing enough of the same thing to call it something.
Or because fear likes a brand name.
I'm looking at cross-referenced caller notes from the last hour. Convenience store robber, prison inmates, loading dock worker with a record, 2 separate texts about parolees, one about a drug dealer, one about an assault suspect. A woman from Yonkers says the man who used to threaten her sister dropped dead outside his car this morning.
You're starting from the criminal angle again.
Because it keeps showing up.
That doesn't make it causal.
No, but it's not random enough to ignore anymore.
We've got our field correspondent at Bellevue. David, what are you seeing?
I can keep this brief. Ambulances are rolling in steadily, but the strange thing is, they're not really bringing patients, they're bringing bodies. Almost all are arriving already dead. Staff I've spoken to won't go on record, but off the record, they're saying most of the cases present as sudden cardiac arrest, with no obvious trauma and no meaningful revival window.
Any numbers?
Nobody will give hard numbers. What they will say is this is outside normal surge behavior. Not flu, not overdose pattern, not weather-related. And they're triaging families in hallways because relatives keep arriving asking whether a specific person made it in.
Are they seeing any age pattern?
Mixed, but notably not just elderly. Adults across a wide range, mostly men so far from what I can tell, but not exclusively.
Any mention of prior criminal history?
Not officially, but I did overhear one ER intake conversation where that question came up.
That's not normal.
No, it isn't.
All right, stay with it, David.
Michael, I've been building a list from callers, public incident logs, and early media blurbs. Every time we can identify the deceased, there's a criminal record or at least an allegation of violent conduct attached.
That's dangerous reasoning. We're dealing with incomplete data and high-emotion stories. We hear 10 dramatic calls about bad men dropping dead, and suddenly the country decides this is selective justice.
I'm not saying justice. I'm saying selection.
And I'm saying coincidence, statistical anomaly, early report distortion. Maybe police ask about records because they're trying to identify next of kin through prior bookings. There are procedural explanations.
17 inmates dead in one block at Rikers isn't a procedural explanation.
We have not independently confirmed 17.
We're about to hear from somebody who says he was there. Male caller, corrections officer.
Go ahead.
Sir, you're on red zone. Tell me what you can confirm.
I work at Rikers. I'm not giving my name. We got hit before dawn. C block first from what I heard, then 2 other areas. Guys started dropping. No fights, no riot, no visible poisoning. Just chest, down, done.
How many?
In my area, 17 by first count. Could be more now.
17 in one block?
Violent offenders, all of them. Guys with assault, armed robbery, murder charges, gained stuff. The old heads in for fraud, still walking. The non-violent guys, scared but breathing.
You're certain about that distinction?
As certain as a man can be in hell at 7 in the morning.
What are supervisors telling you?
Keep quiet, don't let families in, don't speculate. Medical emergency under review. That's the phrase.
Are you afraid it's contagious?
I was. Now I don't know what I'm afraid of.
Understood. Get somewhere safe if you can.
That's still one caller, one frightened man from one facility.
One frightened man saying exactly what the data is already suggesting.
Suggesting, not proving.
Fine, suggesting.
Let me say this clearly. There is no confirmed evidence that some invisible force is targeting criminals. There is no evidence of divine judgment, secret executions, bioweapons calibrated to guilt, or whatever garbage the internet is generating right now.
You say that because it sounds insane.
I say it because it is insane.
And yet, every time we narrow in on an identity, it points the same direction.
We have another caller?
Male, Chicago.
Go.
Sir, you're on the air.
I'm a public defender. Been up since 5:30 because my phone won't stop. 2 clients are dead. both men, both out on violent felony cases. Then I hear one of the detectives I usually deal with collapsed in the precinct parking lot.
Do you know anything about the detective?
Dirty reputation. Everybody knew. Beatings, planted evidence, side money. Never proved, never charged, but everybody knew.
So not just convicted criminals.
That's what I'm telling you. Suspects, violent people, corrupt people, men everybody whispers about.
Are your colleagues noticing the same pattern?
Nobody wants to say it out loud yet, but yes.
Thank you.
That widens the frame in a way I do not like.
Because it means this may not be legal judgment. It may be moral judgment, or perceived moral judgment.
Or 1,000 frightened people forcing meaning onto random death.
Even you don't sound like you believe that anymore.
I believe in not losing my mind on live radio before breakfast.
Fair.
We've got a short county statement from Florida. Authorities investigating unusual sudden death incidents involving multiple persons with active or prior law enforcement contact. That wording is careful. Too careful.
It sounds like somebody trying not to say what they've already noticed.
Yes.
And still no federal statement.
Which might mean they know nothing. Or it might mean they know enough to fear saying the wrong thing.
Online theories are multiplying fast now. Bioweapon, terrorist event, contaminated prison food spreading into civilian supply chains, electromagnetic test, environmental toxin, punishment from God, revenge operation. Some people are literally calling it targeted judgment.
That word is going to get people killed.
Maybe silence will too.
No, what gets people killed is hysteria.
And what gets people killed if this keeps spreading?
We don't know that it's spreading.
It's in every time zone.
We've got another report from Los Angeles County. Multiple suspects in custody across separate incidents suffered sudden cardiac arrest within the same hour. No officer injuries, no force escalation preceding collapse.
Same in Houston, same in Cleveland.
Then here's what I'll concede. Coincidence is becoming harder to defend.
Thank you.
But difficulty is not impossibility.
And denial is not caution.
We are now officially having that kind of morning.
Yes, we are.
Time now is 7:52. Here's where we stand. Unexplained cardiac deaths are being reported across the United States. A disproportionate number of identified victims appear to have criminal records, active warrants, violent allegations, or prior law enforcement involvement. Hospitals are overwhelmed. Correctional facilities are in lockdown. Social media is spiraling. The federal government remains publicly silent.
And the question the country is starting to ask, whether they say it out loud or not, is simple. Not how are people dying,
but why these people?
It is just after 8 o'clock on the East Coast. If you're driving, at home, at work, stuck in traffic, or standing in a hospital hallway somewhere, stay with us. The story has changed in the last 30 minutes. Not because we got official answers, because the pattern has become too strong to pretend away.
The death toll is climbing into the hundreds nationwide now, maybe higher. Some local stations are being cautious with numbers. Others are already saying 4 figures. We won't do that until we can justify it. But what we can say is this. Every confirmed identity we've been able to track this morning has led back to crime, violence, abuse, or some history that makes people say the same phrase. He had it coming.
And that phrase terrifies me more than the deaths.
Why?
Because once a society starts saying that before it understands what's happening, the rules are already breaking.
FBI field offices are reportedly dealing with wanted persons dying mid-search. State police in multiple regions are flagging fugitives found dead in apartments, motels, stolen vehicles. We have reports of domestic abusers, parole violators, gang members, traffickers, rapists, and murder suspects, all collapsing within the same broad window.
We're also hearing from ordinary people calling this justice.
And from people calling it murder.
We've got a female caller from Queens. Go ahead, ma'am.
He's dead.
Who's dead?
The man who killed my sister 3 years ago, drunk, hit her crossing Northern Boulevard, got 6 months. 6 months. He died this morning in his driveway.
Did you witness it?
My cousin lives next door to him. She called me crying because she knew I'd want to know. Said he stepped outside with coffee, dropped the mug, grabbed his chest, and fell before he hit the grass.
And how are you feeling?
I don't know. I thought I'd feel guilty saying this. I don't. I feel like somebody finally saw what he did. I know that sounds awful. I know it does. But my mother's been sleeping with my sister's picture every night for 3 years, and that man got to keep waking up. Until today.
I hear you. I do. But let me ask you something difficult. Are you comfortable living in a world where an unseen force decides guilt and punishment without trial, appeal, or mercy?
We already lived in a world without mercy, just not for the people who deserved it.
Thank you for the call.
That's what's changing now. This isn't just a death event, it's a moral event. People are interpreting it through grief.
And vengeance.
Sometimes those are hard to separate.
We've got a mail caller from Baltimore.
Sir, go ahead.
This is insane. I don't care if bad people are dying. Who decides what bad means? My uncle got booked for armed robbery when he was 19. Did time, got out, had a family. He died an hour ago at a bus stop, 25 years later. So what, no one changes? No one gets forgiven?
Was he in trouble recently?
No, that's what I'm saying. He wasn't hiding. He worked maintenance at a school. He had grandkids.
So if this is tied to criminal history, it's not limited to active offenders.
It's not justice. It's a purge.
Thank you.
That word is ugly, and it may be closer to the truth than I'm comfortable admitting.
We have our first federal emergency bulletin. It's short. A national medical emergency is under investigation. Citizens are advised to remain calm, monitor local advisories, and avoid dissemination of unverified information. That's it.
That is almost offensively useless,
It confirms they know this is national.
but offers no cause, no symptom guidance, no preventative action, no quarantine logic, no emergency category. It reads like men in suits trying not to say the word impossible.
We've got reports of police officers with criminal pasts dying on duty.
Explain that.
Officer in New Jersey reportedly under internal review for assault. Deputy in Arizona with prior domestic allegations. A detective in Chicago with corruption rumors. Nobody's using the same language, but it all points toward a kind of selective profile.
Which raises a question I hate.
Say it.
Is someone doing this? Not medically. Intentionally.
You mean choosing?
Yes. Choosing.
Online communities are already there. They're saying somebody is executing criminals. Some are calling it divine judgment, others vigilante justice. Japanese posts are using a name that is now spreading into American feeds. Kira.
Kira.
That's the name people are attaching to whoever or whatever is behind this.
Do we know where it came from?
Not cleanly. Some say it began in Japanese social posts discussing the deaths abroad. Others say it's internet invention, but it's moving fast. U.S. users are now saying, Kira is cleansing the world. Kira sees the guilty. Kira started with criminals.
That turns my stomach.
Why?
Because once people believe there's a punisher, they start wanting one.
Some already do.
We have a female caller from St. Louis.
I'm not scared for me. I'm scared for what people around me are becoming. A man on my block. Everybody knew he beat his wife. Nobody could ever prove enough. He died before sunrise. And now people are outside talking like this is a gift. They're smiling. They're making lists. That's what scares me.
Making lists of who?
Men they think deserve it. Dealers, cheaters, creeps, bad dads, old bosses. People are saying names out loud like maybe if the universe hears them, that person drops too.
That is exactly the behavior people need to stop right now.
They won't stop. They think somebody's listening.
Thank you.
That's the dark turn right there.
Yes, because now the deaths aren't just deaths. They're becoming a language.
We've got one more caller. Male. Texas.
Good. I'll say it. Good. The man who raped my daughter got off on a technicality. Dead this morning. Good. Maybe the world finally has something in it that can see through lies.
And if it makes a mistake?
Courts make mistakes. Juries make mistakes. Cops lie. Judges bend. People with money walk. Maybe fear is the only thing some men understand.
But if the standard is invisible, nobody is safe.
Maybe safe was never real.
Thank you.
We are hearing the country split in real time. Some are horrified. Some are relieved. Some are both in the same sentence.
That's where I am.
Meaning?
Meaning I'm afraid. Deeply. But when I hear stories like that father's, I understand why part of America is saying don't stop.
Understanding it is one thing. Surrendering to it is another.
I know.
I need to say this clearly. If you are listening and you think these deaths justify cheering an invisible executioner, ask yourself whether you want to be judged by whatever standard is operating here. Because we do not know the threshold. We do not know the process.
It is 10:13 on the East Coast. The country you woke up in this morning is not the country we are in now. That's not dramatic language. That's the simplest truth available.
Latest rough estimates, and they are rough, suggest the U.S. death count has exceeded 1,000. Global deaths may already be in the several thousands. We are avoiding exact tallies because nobody trustworthy has stable numbers, but the scale has clearly moved beyond isolated incident.
The word Kira is now trending nationwide. Search traffic is breaking records. Feeds are flooded with theories. Supernatural force, satellite weapon, artificial intelligence-linked targeting system, weaponized medical network breach, punishment from God, secret federal culling program. People are inventing explanations because the event itself feels impossible.
We've also just received our first credible report of a wrongful death.
Explain.
A man in Queens, no criminal history, reportedly collapsed and died after local social accounts briefly confused him with a wanted murder suspect sharing the same name. Same first and last name. Wrong person.
If that's true, that changes everything.
It means identity itself may be unstable inside whatever this is.
Or it means the panic machine killed a man through stress and rumor.
You don't believe that?
No, I don't.
People with old warrants, minor offenses, juvenile records, unresolved charges, and even traffic-related criminal cases are now calling stations, police desks, churches, and lawyers, asking the same question, am I next?
Which is a sentence that should never exist in a functioning society.
And yet here we are.
We have a female caller from Queens. Go ahead.
I got a DUI 5 years ago. Nobody got hurt. I paid fines, did classes, lost my license for a while. Am I going to die?
We do not know.
Don't say it like that. Don't say we do not know like that. Just tell me if people like me are dying.
We've heard reports suggesting the threshold may be changing, but we don't have proof of a rule set.
A rule set? Listen to yourself. What is this, some game? I made a mistake. I changed my life. I've got 2 kids in the next room, and I'm sitting here waiting to see if my chest explodes because of something I did 5 years ago.
I understand the fear in your voice. All I can tell you is breathe, stay with family, and do not isolate right now.
That's all you've got?
That's all anybody's got.
God help us.
Thank you. That's the voice of the country right now.
We've got a second government bulletin. Remain indoors where possible. Avoid panic-driven public movement. Do not spread unverified identities or accusations online. State and local authorities are coordinating response measures. Again, vague. Again, no cause.
Avoid panic-driven public movement is their way of saying they know people are starting to run.
We're hearing that already. Some people with records are leaving homes. Some are trying to burn files, delete mugshots, scrub their names online. Some are hiding. Some are turning themselves in as if a jail cell might be safer.
Which is darkly ironic given where this began.
Yes.
Police unions in multiple cities are issuing internal advisories. Officers with unresolved misconduct claims or prior criminal infractions are reportedly being told to stay home or self-report medical symptoms immediately.
That is a catastrophic sentence. If your law enforcement system starts sorting itself by moral exposure, command integrity collapses.
Hospitals are ceasing full autopsy attempts in some regions. Too many bodies, too little variation. Every preliminary cause reads the same way.
Sudden cardiac arrest.
Over and over again.
We've got a male caller from Minneapolis.
Sir, go ahead.
I'm a pastor. The church has been full since 8. Not Sunday full, emergency full. Men coming in crying, confessing stuff they've buried for years. Affairs, theft, abuse, hit and runs, stuff their families don't know. They think if they say it out loud, maybe they won't be judged by whatever this is.
Are any of them dying there?
Not yet, but one man collapsed in the parking lot after saying he'd done something violent in his 20s and never told anyone.
Did he survive?
No.
That's one more indication this might not be limited to public records.
That's what terrifies them. They think secrets count.
Thank you.
Secrets count.
That's what people will hear from that call.
It's what I heard too.
I got a text a minute ago. Unknown number. It says, "Watch what you say on air. Kira is listening."
Some troll trying to scare you.
Maybe, but it doesn't feel random.
Everything feels loaded right now.
It says Kira is listening. Not we are. Not they are. One person. One watcher.
I do not like that somebody thought to send it.
Neither do I.
We need to say something important. Do not start accusing neighbors, exes, bosses, classmates, or public figures online in the hope that this event will target them. We are already seeing evidence that rumor itself may be amplifying danger. A mistaken identity death, if confirmed, means careless naming could become lethal.
And people are not being careful.
Of course not. This is America under stress. We turn everything into a hunt.
There's another layer now. People with minor offenses are panicking because they don't know where the line is. Shoplifting, DUI, drug possession, old warrants, tax fraud, assault allegations, corruption, abuse. Nobody knows what qualifies.
Which means everybody with any stain on their record is suddenly living under an invisible sword.
And everybody else is living under the knowledge that somebody out there may control life by moral category.
We're no longer covering a disaster. We're covering the collapse of certainty.
Time now is 10:58. To summarize, deaths continue across the United States and globally. The pattern remains concentrated around people with criminal records, violent histories, or morally dark reputations. The name Kira has entered public consciousness. A possible mistaken identity death suggests the system, if system is even the right word, may not be infallible. Fear is spreading from prisons and streets into homes, churches, offices, and police departments.
And for the first time this morning, I'm not just worried about who's dying.
You're worried about who's watching.
We are heading into noon on the East Coast, and the question that was hanging at the edge of this broadcast all morning is now front and center in every city, every newsroom, every precinct, every family text thread in the country. Is this justice, or is this murder dressed as justice?
And America is splitting hard.
Reports are coming in now of pro-Cure rallies forming in Times Square, downtown Chicago, parts of Los Angeles, Houston, Atlanta, and smaller gatherings in college towns and suburban intersections. Homemade signs, "Justice at last, the system failed us, Kira sees the truth."
And at the same time, counter-protests. No one has the right to judge. This is fascism. Due process matters. Today criminals, tomorrow anyone. The moral argument has escaped the internet and moved into the street.
Which was inevitable. The minute people began treating this like a force with intention, they had to decide whether that intention was righteous.
Phone lines are overloaded, emails too. We can't even get through everything. Half the country sounds grateful, half sounds terrified. A lot of people sound both.
Police departments are fragmenting. Some officers are refusing patrol duty, others are reportedly emboldened, acting like crime has already been solved for them. That is a recipe for abuse.
Vigilante behavior is also starting to show up. Citizens confronting people they think deserve Kira's attention. Beatings reported in at least 4 cities. In one case, a man was attacked outside a liquor store because somebody online misidentified him as a wanted fugitive.
There it is, the secondary wave. Human beings taking the event as permission. We've got a female caller from Manhattan.
I'm standing near Times Square right now. There are people cheering. Cheering! They've got signs with Kira on them like this is a campaign rally. Some lady's crying because the man who assaulted her daughter died this morning, and people around her are hugging her. Then across the street there's another crowd screaming that this is evil. Cops are just standing there because I don't think they know which side of this they're on.
Are things violent yet?
Not here, not yet. But people are worked up. They're chanting names. That's what's sick. They're chanting names of people they think deserve to drop next.
Get away before that turns.
I already am.
Thank you.
That image is going to stick with me.
Me too.
We have a male caller from Ohio.
My brother sold weed in college. That's it. Got arrested once, plea deal, probation. He's locked in his apartment saying he can feel his heart every second. Tell me if this thing kills people like him.
I can't tell you that. We've heard of thresholds widening, but we don't have consistency.
You don't understand. He's got 2 kids. He coaches Little League. He did one dumb thing 12 years ago.
I do understand. I really do. And that uncertainty is exactly why this is terrifying.
So what are we supposed to do?
Stay with him. Don't leave him alone. Keep him calm. That's not a cure. It's just the only human advice I've got.
This can't be real.
I know.
You hear that enough times, the country starts to sound like it's speaking through a cracked mirror.
Churches, mosques, synagogues are reportedly packed, not just with believers, with people looking for moral triage, confession, guidance, last chances, maybe people hoping righteousness can be retroactive.
And internet service is beginning to wobble under the traffic load. Major platforms are going in and out. Not full blackout, but heavy instability. Everybody is refreshing, searching, naming, confessing, accusing.
We've got another female caller from Brooklyn.
I think my dad supports this.
What do you mean?
My cousin got killed 5 years ago in a robbery. The guy never got caught. This morning, my dad saw on the news that a suspect connected to the case dropped dead in a motel in Jersey. Since then, he keeps saying maybe the world's finally correcting itself. He keeps saying maybe fear is what evil needed. And I don't even know how to answer him, because part of me understands why he wants to believe that.
But another part of you knows that believing it changes you.
Yeah.
That's the whole trap. Thank you.
Michael, can I say something honest?
Please.
My cousin was killed by a drunk driver. You know that.
I do.
He got 6 months. That was it. 6 months in community service and some judge saying he seemed remorseful. This morning when we started hearing these stories, I thought it was insane. I still think it's insane. But when that caller earlier talked about the man who killed her sister dying in his driveway, I hated that part of me that understood the relief. I hated it. But it was there.
Relief is not an endorsement.
No, but it's not innocence either.
None of us are innocent once we start balancing grief against principle in public.
So where are you?
I'm angry, not because I think evil men are being treated too harshly. I'm angry because if justice becomes invisible, immediate, and absolute, then human beings become smaller than their worst act forever. No trial, no repentance, no mercy, no context, just sentence. Final. I cannot live comfortably inside that. I won't.
Even if some people deserve punishment?
Deserve is the most dangerous word in the language today.
We've got a male caller from Dallas.
Kira is a hero. Say it. The justice system failed us. Corrupt judges, rich predators, repeat offenders, abusers, killers. Streets are safer tonight than they were yesterday.
Are they? Because people are already attacking each other in the street over accusations.
That's temporary noise. Once criminals know they can't hide, everything changes.
Unless the standard keeps widening.
Maybe it should. Maybe people should be scared to do wrong.
Everyone does wrong.
Not like that.
Who decides where that begins?
Kira does.
And you're comfortable handing your morality to a stranger with invisible power?
Stranger? Maybe the stranger's the first one who ever meant it.
Thank you.
That's faith language, not legal language, not civic language. Faith in punishment.
Which a lot of hurt people are going to find seductive.
Hurt people always do.
Another male caller. Seattle.
This is murder. I don't care if every dead man was guilty. Nobody gets to do this. Nobody. Today it's criminals. Tomorrow it's dissenters, adulterers, addicts, debtors, liars. You let society cheer selective death and it won't stop where you think it stops.
That slope seems very real right now.
It's already happening. My neighbor posted his ex-wife's name online this morning with Kira, please. That's not justice. That's wish fulfillment through terror.
Thank you.
That may be the clearest sentence we've heard all day.
Wish fulfillment through terror.
Exactly.
We're nearing noon. In 6 hours, the nation has moved from confused medical rumors to open ethical fracture. We've got rallies, counter-rallies, collapsing trust, overloaded communication lines, police uncertainty, religious panic, and a growing chunk of the public emotionally aligning with a force they do not understand because it appears to punish people they already feared or hated.
And we have 2 hosts sitting in a studio who no longer agree as cleanly as we did this morning.
No, we don't.
But maybe that's the point. Maybe if this thing has done anything besides kill, it has exposed how thin our shared moral ground really was.
Because it turns out a lot of people were only against absolute judgment as long as it protected the people who hurt them.
And a lot of people only believed in principle until grief knocked on the door.
So where does that leave us?
In a country arguing with itself while bodies keep dropping.
And the worst part?
We still don't know whether noon will be worse than morning.
I think it will be.
Yeah.
Calls are coming in from across the country, not from people reporting deaths, but from people confessing. Police lines, clergy offices, legal hotlines, and stations like ours are flooded with people trying to say what they did before somebody or something judges them for it.
That impulse makes no rational sense, and yet it makes total emotional sense. If people believe the force behind this is moral, then confession feels like negotiation.
We have a female caller from Philadelphia.
Ma'am, go ahead.
I don't know why I'm calling you. I guess because I can't sit here alone. 5 years ago, I stole money from my employer. Not a lot, but enough. I paid it back after I got caught. There was a settlement. No jail. I've spent the whole morning watching people on TV say this thing is killing criminals, and I kept telling myself that means other people, not me. Then I heard about the tax woman in Staten Island, and now I can't stop shaking.
Are you with anyone right now?
My daughter's here. She's 14. She doesn't know why I'm crying.
Stay with her. Keep breathing. We do not have confirmed standards. We don't know what qualifies and what doesn't.
That's what's making this worse. If I knew the rules, maybe I could accept it.
I know.
No, I don't think you do. Because I'm sitting here wondering whether the worst thing I ever did is going to kill me in front of my kid.
I hear you. I really do.
Tell people to stop cheering. That's all. Tell them to stop until they know what this is.
I just did. And I'll say it again.
That call is the country in miniature now. Everybody searching their own past.
Red Zone staff are doing the same. We just lost Tom, our producer for the morning segment. He left 20 minutes ago.
He had a DUI from 2019.
He said he couldn't sit in this building hearing names and categories all day, waiting to see whether his own would be called by whatever force is operating here.
He wasn't the only one. 2 junior staff from operations walked out. One had an old arrest from college. Another had a sealed juvenile record, and apparently decided sealed no longer means anything. This is how institutions start emptying. Not from fire, not from attack, but from moral fear. We're also getting reports of localized power disruptions in parts of Brooklyn and Queens. Utilities are attributing it to demand strain and irregular load behavior, but it's another sign that the system underneath daily life is starting to wobble. And once daily life wobbles, panic does the rest. We finally have another federal emergency broadcast. It's longer than the earlier ones, but not more comforting. State and local officials are coordinating emergency public safety measures. Curfews may be implemented in major metropolitan areas. Citizens are urged to remain home where possible, avoid public confrontation, and preserve communication resources for essential use.
Curfews. So now the rumor of martial law isn't rumor anymore, just not fully named.
That wording tells me they're afraid of the population, not just the deaths.
Because they should be. Cellular networks are degrading badly. Texts are delayed, calls are dropping, towers are overloaded. Families are trying to check on each other, confess to each other, warn each other, and in some cases say goodbye, all at once.
We have a male caller from New Jersey. Sir, you're on the air.
I'm at my mother's house. My sister drove in from Long Island with her kids because she didn't want to be alone. My brother came too. We're all sitting around the dining room table like it's some holiday from hell, waiting to see if anybody's old mistakes matter. My brother had a possession charge 15 years ago. My mother keeps making coffee like that's going to help. Nobody's talking above a whisper.
Has anyone in your family been affected yet?
Not directly, but 2 houses down, the guy who used to steal packages off porches went down in his driveway. Everybody on the block saw it. Half the neighbors said good. The other half locked their doors.
That's how fast neighborhoods are changing.
Nobody trusts what's inside anybody else anymore.
Thank you.
Nobody trusts what's inside anybody else anymore. Put that on the wall somewhere. That's the day.
Another disturbing development. We've begun receiving reports of people dying who were known more for moral wrongdoing than clearly prosecutable crimes. Adulterers, exploitative bosses, abusers with no convictions, predatory men whose behavior was widely whispered about but never charged.
That's the expansion nobody can live with. Once you cross from criminality into perceived moral stain, every person becomes vulnerable to somebody else's definition of evil.
And in a country this angry, that definition gets broad fast.
The highways are beginning to jam. We're hearing of a mass exodus out of New York, northern New Jersey, parts of Chicago, and stretches outside Los Angeles. People are trying to get out of cities, get to family, get to somewhere that feels less watched.
Which makes no logical sense if the event is nationwide, but fear is rarely geographic. People still want distance, even when distance means nothing.
We have a female caller from Staten Island. Ma'am, go ahead.
My neighbor died around lunch. Everyone on this block knew she cheated on taxes years ago. Not rich person tax cheating, not some giant scam. She lied, got caught, paid penalties, life moved on. Or I thought it moved on. She collapsed carrying groceries. Her husband was screaming in the street, and people were looking at each other like, okay, then what counts now? What counts? Because if that counts, my God, half this country's in trouble.
That's exactly the fear we're hearing nationwide.
This thing is not cleaning up monsters anymore. It's peeling layers off regular people.
Understood. Stay with your neighbors if you can.
They don't even want to open their doors.
Thank you.
That's another thing. Isolation is rising. People don't know if being near someone morally tainted matters. They don't know if speaking names matters. They don't know if fear itself matters. So they're doing what frightened people do. Closing curtains, turning off lights, waiting.
And because nobody knows the rules, rumor is becoming law by default.
We're heading toward 2 in the afternoon on the East Coast. In the last 2 hours, the category of risk has widened dramatically. Minor offenders are reportedly dying. Confessions are flooding into every institution still functioning. Staff are abandoning workplaces. Power is beginning to flicker in parts of the city. Curfew language has entered federal broadcasts. The roads are filling with people trying to outrun something that may not be outrunnable.
And every American who ever told themselves their mistake was small is now asking the same question.
Who's next?
It is 2:07 p.m. on the East Coast, and we need to stop pretending the system is strained. The system is failing.
New rough estimates, pulled from regional compilations and emergency network chatter, place the U.S. death toll north of 50,000. Globally, the number may already be in the hundreds of thousands. We cannot independently verify exact totals, but the scale is now catastrophic by any standard.
Major city 911 systems are effectively non-functional. Not down in the technical sense everywhere, but overwhelmed to the point of meaninglessness. Hold times are impossible. Dispatches are delayed. Calls are abandoned. In some places, people aren't even trying anymore.
Hospitals are turning people away. Not because they don't care, because the pattern of arrival has become unmanageable. Sudden cardiac collapse, dead on scene, dead in transit, dead in waiting rooms, dead in corridors. Triage has become grief management.
NYPD has announced minimal operations across wide parts of the city. Too many officers are dead, missing, afraid, or refusing deployment. We are hearing the same from Chicago, Baltimore, St. Louis, and parts of Southern California.
Riots are breaking out in multiple cities. Some pro-Kira, some anti-Kira, some just opportunistic looting using the collapse as cover. Once public order thins, every motive rushes in.
Manhattan is reporting rolling power failures. Red Zone is currently running on backup generator support after a local grid interruption hit the block 23 minutes ago.
If our signal sounds rough in places, that's why.
Internet access is nearly gone for a lot of the country now. Not totally dead, but fragmented. You get pieces, a post here, a blurry video there, half a headline before the connection dies. Enough to scare you, not enough to orient you.
Stores are being ransacked. Delivery networks are collapsing. Food distribution is beginning to seize up in dense urban areas. You can survive uncertainty for a while. You cannot survive uncertainty and empty shelves together with something breaking.
I need a second.
Take it.
I just got word from my sister. My brother Danny is dead.
Michael?
He dealt drugs in his 20s. Small time, stupid, reckless. He got clean 8 years ago. Married, worked construction, showed up for his kids. He died in a hardware store parking lot in Jersey about 40 minutes ago.
I'm so sorry.
8 years clean. Didn't matter.
Do you want me to take it for a minute?
No. No, I'm here.
You don't have to prove anything.
I'm not proving anything. I'm telling the country what this means. It means there is no expiration date. It means reform may not matter. It means redemption may not matter. It means your worst act can sit in the dark for years and still rise up at noon to kill you.
That's what people have been afraid of since morning.
Yeah, I know. It just had to put my brother on the ground for me to stop pretending I was narrating somebody else's apocalypse.
We have a mail caller from Lower Manhattan. Sir, go ahead.
Manhattan's burning. I don't mean metaphorically. There are real fires. Trash, storefronts, cars. Sirens everywhere, but not enough. Nobody's coming. People are running into pharmacies, liquor stores, bodegas, anything open. Some are waving signs for Kira, some are screaming that Kira's the devil, and some are just stealing because the cops aren't there.
Are you safe where you are?
For now. I'm on the 4th floor, windows locked, but the block sounds like a war movie without soldiers.
Are the deaths continuing around you?
Yeah, we saw a guy on the corner just fold. Nobody even ran to him. That's where we are now. People don't run toward bodies anymore. They step around them.
Thank you. Stay inside.
That may be the line history remembers. People don't run toward bodies anymore.
We've reached the point where death is no longer shocking enough to interrupt collapse. It's just part of the weather now.
And that may be the most dangerous transition of the day, when death stops freezing society and starts blending into its background.
We have another report from hospital staff in Newark. Hallways full, bodies stacked in improvised holding rooms, no capacity left for full family contact, and physicians privately admitting they have no treatment to offer because there is nothing to treat, no disease progression, no intervention point, just failure.
There is a cruelty to a crisis you cannot fight. A flood you can run from. A fire you can contain. A virus, at least you can name. This, we are building language around something we still cannot touch.
That may be why people are leaning into myth. Myth gives shape where facts fail.
And myth, once politicized, becomes gasoline.
We have a female caller from Cleveland.
Ma'am, go ahead.
My husband was clean too. That's why I'm calling. You said your brother was clean. My husband, he had an assault charge from a bar fight in his 20s. One night, one stupid, awful night. He got sober, became a nurse, raised our boys, apologized to the man every year on the anniversary. He died setting the table for lunch. So tell me what kind of justice remembers a sin but forgets a life.
I don't have a good answer for you.
Nobody does. That's the worst part. Everybody kept saying maybe this is justice because bad men were dropping. But now good men with bad histories are falling too.
I'm sorry.
I know.
Thank you for calling.
That's the public mood shifting right there. Morning asked whether criminals were dying. Afternoon is asking whether anyone can outlive their past.
And for a lot of people, the answer appears to be no.
We are on generator power. Phone systems are unstable. Our staff is down to a skeleton crew. Outside this building, the city is louder in all the wrong ways. This is not just a death event now. It is a systems failure event.
And it is getting personal for everyone left alive.
They're going building to building on my block, asking people what they did. I'm not kidding. A couple dozen of them. Some local, some not. They've got bats, pipes, whatever they grabbed. They're yelling for people to confess, saying if you hide what you did, you're putting the whole block at risk.
Are police responding?
No one's coming. We called and got nothing. My wife's in the bathroom with the kids. I got the lights off.
Have they reached your building yet?
2 doors down. I can hear them in the hallways. One guy is naming people from memory, saying who cheated, who stole, who used to hit their wife, who sold pills, who used fake papers, who got arrested years ago. It's like everybody's private file got turned into a public execution list.
Stay away from windows. Stay quiet. If you can move interior, do it.
This isn't America anymore.
I know.
That is social collapse in pure form. When institutions fail, gossip becomes law.
Station security just told us we've received 3 direct threats in the last 20 minutes. Messages saying we need to stop broadcasting because we're helping criminals hide by warning people.
That logic was always coming. Once panic becomes moralized, information itself looks like betrayal.
Sarah is dead.
What?
I found her in the hallway outside production. She'd stepped out maybe 10 minutes ago. She was on the floor by the file cabinets. Security checked. She's gone.
Sarah from afternoon production?
Yes.
How?
Same as everybody else, apparently. Cardiac arrest. Somebody remembered she had an old theft conviction when she was 17. Shoplifting. Sealed juvenile issue. Long resolved.
Jesus.
I know.
How many more people in this building are carrying some piece of old shame they thought was dead?
Probably more than we think.
And now the hallway isn't a hallway anymore. It's a waiting room.
Backup generator fuel is lower than planned. Engineering says we're okay for now, but not comfortably.
So even our time is shrinking.
Military deployment has now been announced for several major cities. New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, Atlanta, Washington, Seattle, Dallas. Whether it'll help is another question. Troops are human too. Records are human too. Fear is human too.
We have a female caller from somewhere in Queens. Ma'am, go ahead.
They broke into the apartment downstairs. My neighbors. A whole group of men and women. They said the guy living there had charges years ago. I don't even know if it's true. They were screaming for him to come out and confess. His wife kept saying they had the wrong person. Somebody smashed the door in. I grabbed my son and locked myself in the bedroom.
Is it still happening now?
No, I think they dragged him outside. I can hear people chanting from the street. I'm too scared to look.
Stay where you are. Do not go down.
This morning, I was scared of dying. Now I'm scared of other people first.
That's understandable.
No, it's worse than that. I'm starting to think other people are the bigger danger now.
Thank you for calling.
That may be true in a lot of places. Kira kills without noise. Panic kills loudly.
We've got another male caller. Philadelphia.
Go ahead.
People on my street are making accusations just to settle scores. Guy who owes money suddenly says the lender is a trafficker. Woman in the 3rd building says her ex hit her 10 years ago. Kids are posting names online because they think they're helping. Nobody knows what's true anymore. And once a name gets said enough times, everybody acts like it came from somewhere official.
Are people being hurt?
Yeah, badly. One old man got jumped because somebody thought he matched a mugshot. Wrong guy. Didn't matter by the time anyone realized it.
That's the danger of crowds. They don't reverse fast.
Reverse? They want blood. They want the feeling of certainty.
Thank you.
That's exactly it. Certainty is intoxicating, especially after a day of invisible judgment and collapsing rules.
People would rather be cruel with confidence than afraid with uncertainty.
And that sentence may outlive all of us.
We're running thinner by the minute here. Fewer staff, less power, more threats, more bodies. The city outside is shifting from emergency into something uglier and more primitive.
We said earlier the collapse of certainty was the real story. I want to amend that.
The real story is what people do when certainty collapses. We're finding out, and it is not flattering.
We have one more caller. Male.
Brooklyn.
Sir, go ahead.
They're at my door.
Can you move somewhere safer?
No time. Someone on the block said I did time. I did. 20 years ago. Assault. I was 19. I've got 2 daughters. They're in a closet right now. They think if I go outside and tell the crowd the truth, maybe they'll leave my family alone.
Do not open the door if you can avoid it.
They're breaking the frame.
Can you get the girls somewhere interior?
I redid. I just needed somebody to hear me. That's all. I needed somebody to know I wasn't the man I was at 19.
I hear you. I hear you.
Tell them that, if this is justice, it forgot time.
Stay with me.
They're in.
Sir?
We lost him.
Yeah.
That's where we are now. Not just bodies. Final testimony.
And every testimony sounds like the same plea. I changed. Didn't that matter?
Apparently not enough. It is after 4 in the afternoon. We no longer have a meaningful national death count. Estimates are crossing 100,000 in the United States alone. Maybe more. Global figures are beyond our ability to responsibly state.
Major cities are in visible chaos. Fires, looting, collapsed response chains, dead traffic lights, dead phones, dead officers, dead neighbors. Federal communication has narrowed to fragments. No stable presidential address. No clear chain of command public briefing. No national reassurance anybody believes.
International reports, what few make it through, suggest the same pattern is unfolding everywhere. Europe, Latin America, parts of Asia, Africa, Australia. This isn't an American nightmare. It's a global one, only filtered through local grief and local institutions.
Most of New York around us is now dark. We are still on final generator reserves. Engineering estimates 30 minutes of stable power, maybe a little more if nothing else fails.
We need to decide whether we leave when that time comes.
Do you want to?
I don't know anymore. This morning I thought staying on air was duty. By mid-afternoon it felt like witness. Now it feels like maybe the last thing we can give people is company.
That matters.
Does it?
Yes, even now. Especially now.
We have a male caller from upstate, recurring. Marcus, I think.
Go ahead.
Hey, you still there?
We're here, Marcus.
Good. I was hoping you'd still be there. You probably don't remember me. Firefighter from earlier.
I remember.
Figures. Hard day to be memorable.
What's going on?
I'm in the station bunk room. Or what's left of a day room, anyway. I got hit about 10 minutes ago. Chest pressure. Arms heavy. I know what it is. I just wanted to call before it finished.
Marcus.
No, don't do the comforting voice. I know. Assault charge from college. Bar fight. Guy lost an eye. I've been carrying that like a stone for 20 years. Thought I'd paid for it in all the ways a man can. Guess not.
You spent your life running into burning buildings for people.
Yeah. Turns out that doesn't erase the ledger, if there is one. Listen, I didn't call to ask why. I called to say thanks for staying. Somebody needed to witness this. Needed to say out loud that we tried. Some of us really tried.
We see that, Marcus.
Tell people that. Tell them some of the dead got better before they died.
I will.
Good. That matters to me for some reason. Stupid, right?
Not stupid.
Hard to breathe now.
Stay with me.
No promises. Tell people. Tell them we tried to be good.
We will, Marcus.
Okay.
Marcus?
He's gone.
Yeah.
Tell them some of the dead got better before they died. That may be the whole moral failure of whatever this is.
We're getting messages now from families, people who can't get through to authorities, people who just want someone to hear a name before the world goes dark. A mother in Detroit asking us to say her son was more than his juvenile arrest. A woman in Phoenix saying her husband stole once and spent the next 20 years making amends. A brother in Atlanta saying his sister was falsely accused and died anyway. A teacher in Omaha saying half her graduating class is hiding because of stupid things they did at 18.
This station has become a confession booth and obituary service at the end of civilization.
That's not even melodrama anymore.
No, It's job description.
Michael, I need to say something too.
All right.
I stole a lipstick when I was 16.
That's what you're choosing now?
Yes, because all day I've been asking where the line is. And I realize part of me's been asking because I know I crossed some line once, even if it was stupid and small and teenage and buried. I took it from a pharmacy. I got scared. I put it in my bag. I never got caught. I never told anyone. I went home sick with myself and threw it away. But I did it.
And you're still here?
I'm still here, which means either it doesn't count, or the rules make even less sense than we thought.
Probably the second one.
That's what scares me. If there is no clean moral logic, then all day people have been worshipping or condemning something they fundamentally do not understand.
That would be on brand for the species.
You know what I mean?
I do.
Maybe there never was justice in this. Maybe people just projected justice onto a slaughter because the early victims were easy to hate.
And once that happened, the thing got to wear a crown it never earned.
Exactly.
We have one more female caller from New Hampshire.
Ma'am, go ahead.
I just wanted to say thank you for staying on. My parents are both gone. My husband drove south hours ago, and I haven't heard from him. And the radio's the only voice left in this house that sounds human. I don't even care about answers anymore. I just needed somebody in the room.
We're glad you called.
Are you going to stay till the power goes?
I think so.
Good. It matters. More than you know.
Thank you.
That settles it for me.
Me too.
We stay.
We stay.
Then let's use the time honestly.
All right.
Today exposed something cruel, not just in the force behind the deaths, but in us. How fast we reached for categories, how quickly we divided the dead into deserved and undeserved, how hungry we were for perfect punishment, how little patience we had for complexity once fear arrived.
And how fragile forgiveness becomes when the past can physically return to kill you.
Yes.
We are entering our final stretch. Most of the city around us is dark. The federal government has effectively gone silent. Global reports are fragmentary. The roads are jammed or abandoned, depending on where you are. The hospitals are beyond capacity. The police are ghosts in many places. The internet is a graveyard of unfinished sentences. And somewhere, somehow, the dying continues.
This is no longer about stopping it today.
No.
It's about what kind of world is left tomorrow.
It is 5 o'clock in the evening, or close enough for what time means now. Generator reserves are critically low. Lights in the studio are flickering on a slow pulse. We may have minutes. We may have a little longer. Hard to know. Power systems lie right before they die.
Calls are still coming, though not many. The network is almost gone. Those who do get through sound different now, less frantic, more tired, less demanding answers, more trying to leave a shape of themselves behind.
We've also entered a final, deeply unsettling phase. The pattern of who lives and who dies no longer appears coherent, if it ever was. Some people with major violent pasts are somehow still alive. Some with minor, old, half-forgotten wrongdoing are dead. Some who confessed nothing are gone. Some who confessed something remain. If there was a moral architecture here, it's either beyond us or breaking down.
Which means the two easiest stories of the day were probably both wrong. This is divine justice was too neat. This is random was too simple. We may be trapped between those lies forever.
We've got a male caller from somewhere in Connecticut.
Sir, you're on.
I'm in a basement with 6 other people. We took in whoever could get here before dark. One of them used to run numbers. One cheated on insurance claims. One says he did worse things than he'll ever say out loud. We're all sitting here sharing canned soup like none of that matters right now. Maybe that's the only good thing I've seen all day.
People choosing each other anyway.
Yeah, that's it. Whatever this is, it wants categories. But when you're in the dark with hungry people, categories start looking stupid.
Thank you. That's worth hearing.
Maybe the future starts there. if there is one.
Maybe.
I should say something too, since we're doing honesty before the lights die. Years ago, before radio, I got pulled over after drinking. I was over the limit. I was lucky. Connected in small ways. The paperwork softened. The story never followed me like it should have. Nobody died. Nobody was hurt. But I could have killed someone. And part of me has been waiting all day to find out whether hidden sins count more than public ones.
And nothing happened.
Not yet. Unless it does while I'm still talking. But that's the point, isn't it? There is no clarity. Only dread and biography.
If you died right now, half the country would say justice. The other half would say tragedy. That's what this day broke open. The fact that those words are often separated only by perspective.
Security says there are people outside the building now. Some trying to get in for shelter. Some maybe trying to stop the broadcast. Hard to tell from the lobby cameras. They all just look like frightened shadows from up here.
Let them in if they can do it safely.
Security says they already have. Ground floor access only.
Good.
Final emergency broadcast just forced through on one of our lines. It was fragmented, barely coherent. Something about continuity of government, regional command centers, emergency sheltering, restoration efforts, public calm. The voice sounded tired enough to fall through the speaker.
So even the official end of things sounds unofficial now.
Fitting, really.
Do you think there's a rebuild after this?
There's always a rebuild after something. The question is, rebuild into what? A world that worships fear because fear lowered Pime for a day? A world that keeps secret ledgers on every soul because everyone's terrified hidden guilt can kill? A world under Kira, whatever Kira is? Or a smaller, sadder world where people finally understand that perfect judgment was never meant for human hands or human fantasies?
I want the last one.
Me too.
Though I don't know if wanting it matters.
Maybe not tonight. Maybe someday.
We've got one final female caller. Weak signal.
Ma'am, you're on red zone.
I'm in my car, outside a school in Virginia. We turned it into a shelter. No power, maybe 30 people here. Some kids, some old folks, some people who spent all day confessing, like that was going to save them. It didn't. Not really. But now they're all handing out blankets and crackers and telling stories to keep the children calm. I just wanted you to know that not everybody turned into animals.
Thank you for that.
Don't stop talking until you have to.
We won't.
Good.
That's the note then.
I think it is.
12 hours ago, we were talking about traffic and weather.
Now we're talking about the moral debris of a civilization that found out the past might be fatal.
What did you learn today?
The people are desperate for justice, even when it comes wearing the face of terror. That grief makes philosophers out of no one, and zealots out of many. That redemption is a story humans need, whether the universe honors it or not. You?
That fear makes neighbors dangerous faster than death does. That there is almost nothing more human than wanting your life to be judged in total, not by your worst chapter. And that a voice in the dark matters more than I knew this morning.
It does.
Do you regret staying?
No. You?
No.
Then for whoever is still listening, in a car, in a basement, in a shelter, in a church, in the ruins of a hospital, beside someone breathing, beside someone not, this has been Red Zone Radio. I'm Michael Hale.
And I'm Jenny Mercer.
We don't know what world you'll wake up to tomorrow. We don't know if there are rules anymore. We don't know if today was justice, judgment, randomness, or the first day of something worse. But if anything survives this, law, mercy, memory, kindness, hold on to that harder than you held on to certainty.
Because certainty got a lot of people killed today.
And if there is a future,
maybe all we can do is try to be kind.
Try to be better than generators dropping.
Michael?
Stay with